Two things we're gonna ignore are how much room noise is happening right now, and then also my hair. It needs washed so bad. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jessie, and I thought it would be kind of fun to take you through like a little peek of what I read in a week as an English major. I have 3 English classes and 1 research class this semester, but I really don't feel like I read that much. I feel like I more like analyze text, but you might think differently, I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna take you day by day through what I read for my classes, and then I might also give you like little bits of my analysis from whatever I'm reading, or like a summary. That might be fun. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, so for today's Monday, I have 2 classes tomorrow. So for the first one, I have to read 5 chapters and 2 appendix pieces from Ben Franklin's, I guess it's a book. It's more like a series of like letters that he wrote like about his life. But yeah, I have to read chapter 7 through 10 of that, plus chapter 18, and then 2 of the appendixes. And then for my second class tomorrow, I have to read acts 1 and 2 of a play called Fences by August Wilson. That one probably won't take me that long, because I won't have to like read that one. I read Fences last semester for a class with this same professor, so I guess I'll see how well I can answer like the discussion questions and then go based off of that. But yeah, I'll probably just like skim through the acts because I already read it and I did not like it. So yeah, those are the 2 things that I like need to read, so that might be all I get done today. It's currently 5:50. I have dance from 8 to 9. I usually have it from 8 to 10, but one of them got canceled today, so I have some extra time. And I actually really like reading after dance because like, you know, I can like shower and then like get all cozy in bed and read. So those are on the to-do list for today, and I need to get started. I procrastinated this for way too long. Hi, I finally washed my hair, so that's why this is happening. I don't have that much reading to do. Also, I was terrible about updating last night, my thoughts on what I was reading, but I finished really late because I was procrastinating, so yeah, I'll try to be better about that. But the only 2 classes I have tomorrow are Italian and an English class, and we're reading Shakespeare for that class. So I have to read a little bit of As You Like It, and in that class we're also doing it. She's calling them presentations, but they're really not. It's just like you get assigned a day, and then on that day you have to just basically just present your analysis of a passage in the reading that was assigned for that day. So it's pretty much just a way to get more people to talk, you know? But yeah, my group is going tomorrow, so I have to prepare for that. But I really don't have that much reading. That's pretty much it. I also have to do some Italian, which that's not really reading. I basically only have that 1 English class. I might also do some reading for my research class that I have. But yeah, that's basically it. I don't have a lot to do today. Okay, it is 3:10 right now. It's my birthday. But anyway, I already did some of my reading for today. My professor accidentally had us read Act 1 and 2, which is the whole play of Fences, for Tuesday. He didn't actually want us to read the whole thing for Tuesday. So I just like skimmed over it the first time, so I reread Act 2, which is like 40 pages. Did that already, and I responded to one of the discussion questions. Well, kind of. One of the discussion questions was about Troy and Rose's argument where Troy's telling her that he had an affair. My response isn't necessarily about the argument itself. It's about Gabe's role in the argument. Because like Gabe is like our liminal character in this play. He's the one that like kind of crosses that metaphysical physical line, because if you haven't read the play, he believes that he is the angel Gabriel. And yeah, maybe I'm like way off base and like reading way too far into this, but he shows up during the argument like right after Troy finally says that he had an affair. So he's like, so Gabe is like liminal in a different way in this argument, because he's like kind of representing the idea that by telling Rose about the affair, Troy has like crossed over into something new. There's two ways that this could go. She could forgive him, or she could kick him out. I'm Team Rose, so I would love for her to kick him out, but you know. So in that moment, there's a sense of liminality for Troy. And then shortly after he arrives, Rose tells Gabe to go into the house. So that's kind of representative of Rose like having made a choice of what she's gonna say to Troy, because she doesn't like respond really until Gabe goes into the house. So isn't between anything. She knows what she wants and knows that she needs Troy to kind of explain to her why he did it. And also Gabe is carrying a rose when he enters the argument, and he gives the rose to the character Rose. Traditionally, roses are like symbols of like love and passion, but they can also symbolize like secrets or like, you know, like death or just like endings in general. So especially because we don't know what color the rose is, that kind of leaves it open. But yeah, super interesting that he gave Rose the rose at that moment. Gabe is just so fascinating to me throughout the entire play. I didn't really answer the question directly, but I can find a way to bring that up in class. So that is done. The only other thing I have to do for class tomorrow is I have to read 3 chapters of the writings of Thomas Paine, and then I also have to respond to, or well, I don't have to like prep for the discussion, but I always like to, because as soon as I'm like put on the spot, I like forget everything that I was gonna say. So I normally do a little of like writing prep for the discussions. And it's really nice because my teacher puts out the discussion questions like on Brightspace before we have class. So yeah, I have to read those chapters, and then I'm gonna respond to the discussion, and then I have to print that other thing out. I'm gonna do the reading for my online class today, I think. You know, I say that, but I have dance tonight, and I was also gonna go to an Italian extracurricular thing tonight, so I may push it off for another day because I don't have anything going on tomorrow. But yeah, I wish I could tell you like how much I'm reading of Thomas Paine, but like it's online, so like I can't give you like a page number because I am not printing this whole thing out. I probably won't print this out, but like it's a lot. Like the words are tiny, and like this is the whole first chapter, and then I also have to read this chapter. So yeah, I have a bit of reading to do, so I'm probably gonna get started on it before the Italian thing. What time is that? I think that's at 6:30. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get dinner at early, probably at like 5-ish, and then that Italian thing is at 6:30. I have dance at 9. I don't know what my plan is. There's a lot to read for this though, so well, I don't know. There's like it's not that much, but like I don't know. I like don't care about Thomas Paine that much, so it feels like a lot, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm gonna start reading this a little bit now, and then I'm probably gonna get overwhelmed and then finish it after dance. I have once again procrastinated doing my schoolwork, so it's like 5:30 now. I may get dinner in a few minutes to convince myself to leave my room, and then I again really don't have that much reading to do today. I have the class I have in person tomorrow. There's like not more reading to do for that class. I think we might be doing like an in-class like writing assignment, so we like don't need to read anything new. That's the class that I've been reading Shakespeare for, so I'm gonna double check the Brightspace, but I don't really have work to do for that class, I don't think. And then the only other class I have tomorrow is Italian, which I do have work to do for that class, but it's like not reading, you know. I picked a really bad week to film this video. I feel like I haven't done any reading. Hi, it's Sunday and also like 8 o'clock. I have been doing homework all day. I just haven't been like doing the reading stuff. I've been doing this stuff that like has a due date, you know? Well, I'm a liar. I did do my finally my reading for my research class, because again, I'm a liar and I didn't do that until today. So I did that reading and then submitted the reflection on the reading. And then I also had to read like an article in our textbook for my Italian class. So I got like a little clip of that, I think. And now I have to read like 50 pages of Shakespeare for my class tomorrow, which I don't think will be too bad because like half of the page is just notes, you know? But still, I think it's gonna take me forever because my brain doesn't like Shakespearean English. But yeah, and then I also am gonna get ahead on some of my reading for Tuesday because I have dance choreo showing tomorrow night, and so I don't want to like trying to be cramming a bunch of reading in tomorrow, you know? So yeah, I also have like, I think it's only like 20 pages, but it's in this gargantuan monster of a book. Like in comparison to like a normal size book, like that's crazy. So yeah, I have to read like 20 pages in this for a class on Tuesday.